Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining yet another one of our digital lives. My name is Nora, and I'm a field manager here at the Digital Summer Clinic. And I'm also here with Lily, who's helping me co host, another field manager. And we're really excited to be talking to Jenna Steele and Zach Yourman, which are actually the newest members of our field team.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here, Jenna and Zach, and thank you to everyone who's tuning in. We're looking forward to this conversation, and for those of you guys watching, feel free to drop any questions that you have in the chat, and then we'll get to them later on during our Q&A section. So, to kick things off, could you both introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your experience?
Hi, yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Jenna Steele. I am a second year grad student at the University of Michigan working towards my master's degree in information. I'm specializing in UX research and design. A little bit about my background. I was born and raised in Michigan, in Flint, Michigan. I went to U of M Flint for undergrad and I studied English. And I've worked in the service industry. And most recently, I worked for a startup that was working on web scraping for social media, and I worked on like the project management side and just overall team management and helping wherever was needed. So lots of hands-on experience there.
All right, Zach.
Oh yeah, I'm Zach Yourman. This is basically my first internship, so I'm kind of new to the experience of digital marketing and all that. So I'm learning a lot so far in these first couple weeks, couple months. Experience. Before this, I kind of just did like restaurant stuff, leadership stuff, and then I'm a student at EMU going into my senior year with a major in marketing. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. I'm from Canton. Uh, I commute to school, just local. So,
Yeah, it's really great to have both of you on. Really excited to kind of pick your brains a little bit. So, the first question I have is what inspired you to submit that field manager application and just basically what drew you into the clinic?
So for me, I met Bud and I went to office hours that Digital Summer Clinic was hosting at the School of Information. And me and Bud just really hit it off. He seemed really interested in my past experience working in the technology space as an intern. And he was super personable and really just sold the summer clinic to me. And I was actually able to meet Nora and a few other past interns after meeting with Bud at those office hours, and they just like were very emphatic about how that their experience and how what they've experienced has really helped them in their school career and then also in their career now. For the field manager application, I was really wanting to work more closely with the mentors and Bud as well. And part of me was like, I think Bud would want me to apply to this position. I think he would be disappointed, like dad disappointed if I didn't. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for me to grow even more, especially in a managerial position, which is something I haven't held formally before. So that was one of the reasons why I had applied.
yeah. So for me, I took Bud's Google Ads class at EMU this past winter. So he introduced the clinic to me probably day one of that class, and I always knew I was going to apply for it. I just kind of tried to figure out what I need to do to like sneak in the door. So I just went to the field manager, or I went to the what's it called, job fairs. I went to a lot of the events that they were hosting, and I just continued to like ask questions, show up to things throughout the semester, and just I really love what the clinic was about, and I just knew like it was something I wanted to be a part of. I thought it was a great opportunity for my career, as a new intern. Seemed like a great place to start with all the mentors and everything. So I think it just felt like a good fit, and that's what inspired me to apply to the clinic. For the field manager role, Bud kind of nudged me into it. I hadn't submitted until like the last night before it was due, and he was kind of just like, "I think you'd be a good fit for it." So I applied, and here I am. So I think I can thank Bud for that one, just nudging me in the right direction. But I think the field manager role just really translates well to my skill set too. So I think should be a great opportunity for me.
Yeah, I think I can speak for everybody who's an intern at this clinic when we say that Bud is very personable and he makes you feel very welcome to the clinic. So, like in Jenna's example, where she was talking to him and at the office hours, and he kind of persuaded her to apply. And Zach, you had him in class. I'm sure that was an experience that's probably what drew me in the most too, is that I saw the people, and Nora, I had a meeting with Nora. I saw the people that were running the clinic, and I saw the benefits of the clinic, and I said to myself, I think this would be a great opportunity. So I agree with you guys there. So our second question for you all is, what career path do you guys hope to pursue post-clinic, and how do you think that the field manager role will prepare you for this career?
So I think moving forward, I would like to be in marketing and in sales, and also be able to flex and continue to grow my design skills. So be in an intersection between those two. I really enjoy speaking with people. And I think that's also one thing about this clinic that I really love is we have those all hands meetings. And as a field manager, I'm starting to put more faces to names and getting to know everybody a little bit. And it's been really fun. And I think that moving forward, I guess in my career path, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No
Can you
worries.
repeat that last part one more time?
Yeah, we're just kind of wondering how you think that the field manager role will help you prepare for this career of choice that you want to get into.
Okay. Thank you. So like I was saying, just being able to utilize my personal skills with talking to people. I was an undergrad during COVID when everything moved online. And so I think a big piece of me really just missed that talking to people and being with a team of people. So I think the field manager role and being able to meet with you guys every week and just really speaking with one another and having a plan and moving that forward. I think that's something that is really going to prepare me for my career path. And also Zach and I are working on pulling all the interns into a video. And so just this past time, just being able to speak like to 10 interns, faces to names, what are you doing? What are your skills? Things like that. It's been amazing. And I think the personable skills are really that I'm gaining from this position will really translate into my career.
Yeah, definitely. So Zach, what career path do you hope to pursue, and how do you think that the field manager position will prepare you for that career?
Yeah, so I definitely want to go into like digital marketing, content creation type of marketing industry. Just because it's a lot of fun. It's really cool to kind of use that creative energy and kind of just channel it into things that will help businesses, that type of stuff. And I feel like I'm learning a lot in the field manager role because Bud basically just put me in charge of the YouTube channel and kind of creating content for it. So I really I've kind of just used the opportunity so far just to just push myself to like come up with ideas, come up with a plan. And that's another thing that Jenna said that I definitely agree with is like those Monday meetings that we sit in, like just planning out like our week, planning out, the future. It's really helpful because it just like allows you to kind of get that like business mentality around it too, like around social media. Cause I've been around social media for like years, but I haven't had that like business frame to it. So I think learning that is like also really helpful. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say too, what I really like about being on the field management team since I've been on it since December is that we're such like a smaller team and it's so close knit. So we all like get a lot of hands-on experience with each other's projects. But what I also like is that Bud assigns us personal projects where he allows us to grow where we want to grow and kind of like figure out what we want to do in the future. The last question we had for you is, what skills are you excited to bring to the team? And also, what skills are you hoping to learn from the field manager role?
To answer that last one first is Lily and Nora they've fulfilled big shoes in this position already. And it's just really nice to learn a lot from you two, and as well as Zach with your experience with YouTube and video editing. It's something I haven't really dipped my toes deep into yet. But back to like Lily and Nora, that they are super organized. And for example, like Nora is super good with Airtable, and that's something I've never like seen before. Lily, you're super you have your micro influencing, and you're just super personable, and I really look up to that. And I think some skills that I'm gaining from this position is that right? That's the question. I think is to just reiterate working closely with a team of people with their own personal projects and stepping outside of just one project. I know Bud has given us like multiple roles to fill, and I think that that's really exciting, and that really translates well into your career, that you're not normally just going to be in just one area. Normally you're working with people who are working in other areas, and you're also working in other areas. So I think that that is some skills that I've gained.
For me, the skills that I kind of brought with me, again, like content creation, like YouTube editing, all that, I'm kind of like pretty good at. I like to think so. I think I've brought that to the clinic. I've kind of tried to kind of even like outdo myself in some areas. Try to just like go up and above and beyond for the clinic itself. Graphic design, I think I bring to the table as well. But some things I'm excited to take away from the clinic, like build skills as I get farther along in my field manager career. I think the main one is just like the people skills, like just because we basically like run the events every Thursday. I think that's really cool. It's something I really haven't done before. Like I've been in food, but I haven't been like running like a bit event. Yeah. So I think that's really cool. Just the people skill, just to like, just to be able to like network with a ton of people. It's like really cool. So yeah, those are pretty much my main skills that I'm hoping to take away from the field manager role, as well as just like, general leadership, like business, language, that type of stuff. So.
And I like to, like, we all have our strong skills sets, and we can learn from each other too, since we have those like cross projects. And again, like kind of going off what you were saying, Zach, about like personal skills, I feel like I've definitely grown with mine, like going to a lot of job fairs and talking to so many people. I wasn't used to that. And I also have the experience of like being a manager at like in food service, but it's way different like managing a team in a business environment. And I feel like that's really helped grow my skills, but also have that good, strong foundation of having those leadership skills. And then we are going to turn it over to the Q&A, and we have some questions submitted from actually some of our mentors. So the first one is from Kim, and she asks, what has been the biggest lesson you've learned so far?
I think the biggest lesson I've learned so far first comes as an intern, in the sense that progress is never linear. You think you're going really, really strong, and then a roadblock comes up, and it can be frustrating. It can be tough to navigate, but just having that patience and just, knowing that things will come back around. And if they don't, being prepared for it, having that plan in the back of your mind.
I think for me, just communication is like one of the most, if not the most important part of business. Just working with my internship, with Advaita, we kind of, there's some really good areas of communication, but there's also some not unfortunate parts. So it's just kind of like balancing that out and trying to like, just do your part and just try to be like, as clear as possible with what your direction is, just where you're going, where you're looking to take stuff, setting goals, all that stuff. Like just, it goes into communication. So I think that's probably for me, like the most important thing I've learned, just being like transparent, super open and communicative with the rest of the team. So
yeah, I think I can relate to almost everything that you guys have both said and what you guys have learned from being in the clinic and also being a field manager, I think like one of the biggest lessons I have learned was like developing my organizational skills, because up until this point in my life, I don't think I was the most organized, but you know, I really appreciate Jenna throwing that in there, that she thinks I'm organized, because I think that's really cool. But so our next question is from Dr. Q, and he says, what has been your favorite part of your role as a field manager for the Center of Digital Engagement, also known as the Digital Summer Clinic? And I think you guys have touched on this, but is there anything in specific that you want to talk about?
I think what's been really fun is working with Dr. Q and recruiting people for our entrepreneurship panel. And it's been kind of like a treasure hunt, like trying to find people in it. And it really has gone very well. We've met our goal already, and it's 3 weeks out. So I think that's been really rewarding and built my confidence. So I think that's been my favorite part so far.
My favorite part is definitely just like content creation and just kind of like I said, just kind of like being completely like in the creative mode. Because Bud basically like gives you kind of free reign, not like complete free reign, but like he just lets you like kind of experiment, do what you think is like gonna work. And if it doesn't, he'll tell you. But if it does, he'll like give you a pat on the back, you know. So I think my favorite thing probably is just like that creative room. And for me right now, my project has just been like getting just like getting all the interns kind of interested in this series that we're doing. We're, if you don't know, we're basically just doing a series that like encapsulates every intern in the clinic and just gives social media kind of a brief introduction of them, answer a couple of quick questions, and it's just been super cool to like see how like now the interns are excited about it. Like the ones we had yesterday, you know, they had fun with it. It was pretty cool. So just kind of like building like the culture up too. It's a lot of fun. So
Yeah, it's so fun because Bud just kind of like throws you into a project, and it's kind of up to you to like figure out like how well this is going to go. And like it is kind of scary at first, but like it is really rewarding in the end to see the final product. The next question is kind of more chill. Kim is asking, what are you looking forward to this weekend?
I have to do some work, some graphic design work for Google Ads search campaign that my company is going to be running here. It's launching on Wednesday, so I'm excited to design some of those and fun. I think this weekend's going to be a chill one for me. This summer has been crazy, so I'm looking forward to just being back in Ann Arbor for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Work wise, I'm trying to get that video up like either today or tomorrow. So I'll try to grind that out. Fun wise though, I'm going to my friend's house in Ohio. So that should be a lot of fun for the weekend. So
yeah, that does sound fun, both work and personal. It's always fun to travel as well. So I hope you have fun with that. Last question is from Dr. Hugh again. He says, do you guys have any hobbies?
I like to read. I like to go on walks, work out. I also snowboard in the winter. I like to travel to snowboard and just to be on a beach. Whenever people ask, do you like the beach or the mountains? I'm like, I really can't decide. So those are some of my hobbies.
for me, I like doing YouTube when I'm not doing YouTube, which hasn't been very much lately, to be honest, because I've been busy. But basically just like going on runs, fishing, just like doing random stuff with friends, church group. Yeah, it's basically yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely good to have a good work-life balance.
Definitely.
I think those were all the questions we have. Before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you to everyone who joined our digital live today.
Yeah, and a big thank you to you, Jenna and Zach. It's so great to have you on. Be sure to stay up to date with our upcoming digital lives events this summer. Our next live will be on July 14th at 5:30 p.m. So we will see you then.